Right, no, it's the big roll of toilet paper I wanted. Yeah, full case. Make sure. Oh, hi, Internet. Yeah, that wasn't at all cheesy. Okay, is this working? Testing, testing, hello? Right, I'm about 7 seconds ahead, so I'll need to wait to find out whether anybody can see me. Hopefully people can see me. This is my first time attempting a live stream, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but hopefully it works out. Okay, you can see and hear. You move closer to the mic. Yeah, that's a bit complicated. Sorry to... Yes. Okay, so I don't really have much of a plan here, to be honest. There were a few songs people requested. Thank you. Okay, sound good. So there are a few songs people requested, but not nearly enough to fill an hour. So I'm just sort of going to take a, wing this essentially. And okay, Valerie can hear me now. Excellent. Okay, so welcome to this lockdown self-isolation live stream, which I'm basically improvising. I figure we can all use something to do while we're sitting at home. So I've been working on this song for the past week or so, because, sure. Anyway, feels about right, so let's give this a shot. That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, an airplane. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Eye of a hurricane, listen to yourself churn. World serves its own needs, don't misserve your own needs. Beat it up a notch, speed. Grunt, no strength, no ladder, starts to clatter with fear of height, down height, wire in a fire, representing 7 games in a government for hire and a combat site. Let the Weston come in a hurry with the furies breathing down your neck. Team by team reporters, no, that's right the first time. Team by team reporters baffle Trump, tether crop, look at that low plane. Fine then, overflow, population common group, but it'll do. Save yourself, serve yourself, world serves its own needs. Listen to your heart bleed, tell me with the rapture and the reverent in the right, you vitriolic, patriotic, slam fight, bright light, feeling pretty psyched. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. 6 o'clock TV hour, don't get caught in foreign tower, slash and burn, return, listen to yourself churn, lock him in uniform, book burning blood, letting every motive escalate, automotive incinerate, light a candle, light a votive, step down, watch your heel, crush, this means no fear, cavalier, renegade and steering clear, a tournament, a lies, offer me solutions, offer me alternatives, and I decline. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. I feel fine. The other night I dreamt the knives, continental drift divide, mountain sit in a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonid Brezhnev, Lenny Bruce and Lester Bangs, birthday party cheesecake, jelly bean boom, you symbiotic, patriotic, slam butt neck, right? Right, it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. I feel fine. I feel fine. Hi, thank you. So yeah, usually when I record a video, I do like 10 takes or until I get one that I actually get through all the way through without messing anything up. But this is live, so you get to see just whatever happens. But hopefully that's part of the experience. Okay, so how are you all doing? Okay, so far the song has aged well, the earth hasn't aged much. Yeah, this is true. I feel fine. Yes, well put. Okay, doing okay playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, I don't actually have a Switch. I gather from everybody on Twitter that Animal Crossing is amazing. I did actually download Stardew Valley months ago, mostly because of Aubrey, and I have yet to get around to playing it, but I feel like it's imminent any day now. I'm going to start playing it. Control my village because it's all I can control. Yeah, true. Okay, so I did have a few requests. Not very many, but a few. So let's see. Wait, where did I put? Here we are. Stardew. Oops. Alright, let us not drop all our ukuleles. Stardew and Animal Crossing are very, very much the same. Cool. I suffered video game trauma as a child to anything beyond solitaire. Ah. Okay, so Valerie requested this one. Pesach, Passover, is coming up. This is basically just purely inside references for the Jews in the audience, but the rest of you, the music's pretty. I have a video where I do this in 3-part harmony, but I don't actually have 2 clones. That was done through camera trickery, and today there is no camera trickery, so we're just going to do it just, one time through. So... Cleaning kitchens with ambition, scrubbing all of the tiles. In the air there's a feeling of Pesach. Doing mopping, going shopping, macaroons on the aisles, and from out of deep storage you'll take silverware, 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 silverware. Pesach is near, so get busy. Koshering, koshering, everything, everything. Putting the dishes away. Buying lots of shmura matzah, lots of lettuce as well, because some of us can't take horseradish. Still we're cleaning, fridge is gleaming, get the chametz out schnell, and in paper-lined drawers you'll see silverware, 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 silverware. Pesach is here, so get busy. Koshering, koshering, all the things, putting the chametz away. Kadesh urchatz, karpas yachatz, magid rachsa, motzi matzah, maror korech, shulchan borech, safan borech, halel nirtza, chasal seder pesach. Chagaja aderhu, Chagaja dayenu, zabin abba bitrei zuzeh, lishana haba'a, birushalayim habnuya. Amazing savings will be close. Ooh, yeah, that makes sense actually. Marzipan is enjoying this very much. Oh, good. The cats were on my side. We're in good shape. So, thank you. I'm just ridiculously happy. Good, I'm glad. Alex had asked over on Patreon if I could say something about what my experience with the Yiddish language. There isn't actually that much experience except by osmosis, I guess. I was at the tail end of when they were still using Yiddish in yeshiva in the religious schools I went to. So basically we learned, translating the Torah from one language I didn't understand into another language I didn't understand, which was useful, I guess. But I don't really have any formal experience. It wasn't something I really spoke growing up or afterwards conversationally. But the songs are, part of my culture, and I certainly know a bunch of Yiddish songs, and the yeshivish vocabulary, which I guess I'm a native speaker of, uses various words from Yiddish and Hebrew and Aramaic and whatnot. So, So I hope that kind of answers the question, I guess. And I guess I may as well do a Yiddish song as long as we're here. This is a song called Tumbalalaika, which literally means play the balalaika. It probably should be Tum Ukulele if I'm playing it, but that just sounds silly. And the basic premise of the song is that there's this young man who isn't sure whether this girl is somebody he wants to marry or not. And he ends up starting to ask her a bunch of, thorny questions to see if she's smart enough to be able to answer him. And she just, says, "Why are you wasting my time with this stuff?" and answers him, without any problems. And the thing that I like about this, apart from the fact that it sounds nice and it's nostalgic, is that the priority of the boy here is not, is she going to keep her looks? Can she bake well enough or anything? It's, is she smart enough? And that the answer is that she's actually smarter than he is, and that just makes me really happy. Steht a Bucher, steht und tracht, tracht und tracht, a ganze Nacht. Wem ihn zu nehmen und nicht verschämen, wem ihn zu nehmen und nicht verschämen. Tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbalalaika, spiel balalaika, tumbalalaika, freilich soll sein. Mädel, Mädel, wel bei der Fragen, was kann wachsen, wachsen an Regen, was kann brennen und nicht aufhören, was kann bänken, weinen und trären. Tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbalalaika, spiel balalaika, tumbalalaika, freilich soll sein. Narische Bucher, was darfst du fragen? Der Stein kann wachsen, wachsen an Regen. Liebe kann brennen und nicht aufhören. Ein Haus kann bänken, weinen und trären. Tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbalalaika, spiel balalaika, tumbalalaika, freilich soll sein. Yeah, the Ghost Act verse in Buffalo, 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 Buffalo is not actually Yiddish. It's basically demonstrating the linguistic principle that if I tell you the Ghost Act distance the dashes, and you know the dashes is something that can be distanced by a Ghost Act and so on, you can have an entire conversation without ever knowing what you're actually talking about. And this is, just from a grammatical standpoint. Speaking of which, do I have Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo on hand? I suspect I don't. And I probably should have. You would have thought I would have prepared and had, all my songs here, but how many ukuleles do I own? This is actually an excellent question, and let me answer. Actually, I can. Okay, this one over here, this is Stitch. Stitch is a Kala electric acoustic ukulele, concert size. Now, Stitch was actually named after. This is Lilo. This is a soprano Kala. Acacia, and I like Lilo a lot. I'm going to be sticking with Stitch and Bubbles for the most part this time because they're the ones with the straps, and I find it harder to deal with this while I'm standing. But Lilo is great. I also have. Hang on. This is Sally, a Ohana Sopranissimo willow. This is Willow, not Sally. Sorry, Willow. So named because it is made out of willow. Sally is over here. Sally is a sopranino, also Ohana. So basically really tiny. Just for comparison, here's Willow, here's Sally. And we're going to put Willow away now and get Lilo back out again. So basically some of these are ridiculously tiny. Need an on-screen counter, yes. If I had thought of this in advance. As I mentioned before, Stitch, so here's Lilo versus Stitch size-wise. Stitch is a concert size. I have a tenor in the next room. Let me get Jamie. Hang on. So, Jamie is an electric tenor. The thing I like about Jamie is that when it's not when Jamie isn't plugged in, she's really quiet. But if you plug her in, then she gets louder. So that's nice. But basically, the reason why I got Jamie in the first place was that if I wanted to practice at 3 a.m, I live in an apartment building. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. This way, I can do that without any problem. Jamie looks very futuristic. Yes, Jamie is in fact named after the Bionic Woman. So, Jamie Summers. Then there's Bubbles. This is Bubbles. I played starting the thing. This is a baritone ukulele. The baritone ukulele is the only one that's tuned differently from the other ones. Named after Bubbles from Questionable Content comic strip, also Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, also Cobra Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch. So, many namesakes from that one. Ukulele acquisition syndrome is definitely a thing. I have also... Wendy is a Macala Dolphin Red. It's my first ukulele. My earliest videos on my channel was using Wendy. She's currently on loan to somebody else. And somewhere around I have a iUke Piccolo ukulele, which doesn't have a name, and I'm planning on putting it on eBay at some point or something because it's a little bit too plinky for my taste. It's really small and just sounds like a music box, which is fine for some things, but not for most purposes in which I'd actually want to play something. I also, and I have not yet learned how to play this, but oops, it occurred to me that, guitars are really popular and probably I should learn how to play one. So this is Lieutenant Piper, a dreadnought guitar, and it's just ridiculously big from my standpoint. I don't know how to handle it, but maybe at some point I'll learn. So yeah, that's the ukulele and one guitar rundown. Start over. Yeah, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ukuleles and one guitar that I've actually shown you. Try names. Yeah. What was I looking for? All right, Buffalo. I don't know. I don't think I actually have it on hand, which I'm surprised by. You know it's going to turn up the moment I stop the stream. Oh, here we are. Okay. So sure, why not? Where did I put Stitch? Here. Okay, so yeah, this is basically just a series of linguistics and jokes. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. The ghost actress dims the dashes. The ghost actress dims the dashes. The dashes have been distimmed by the ghost act that distims the dashes. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Sorry, the guitar looks comically big. Yes, I agree. So yeah, one of the motivations behind this song was that I've noticed that most pop songs have a repeating chorus which stays exactly the same every time, or have, other verses that repeat, and I tend to do very little repetition, and that's partly because I'm afraid of boring my audience. So this is kind of a deliberate exercise in, okay, let's do a song that's all repeating stuff, and try to get, all the way through without losing people. So, problem is, and it gets stuck in your head, and then you have it there for days, which I know because I was patient zero in that regard, which probably is a bad reference to make in these days. Right, never mind. So, I'm going to have a sip of tea. And if anybody has any requests, by the way, I have 2 more requests in the pipeline, but we still have another 40 minutes or so. So, feel free to suggest stuff, whether my songs or even other people's songs I can try to get hold of. Yes, Wikipedia Hunt is a definite danger with this song. The other thing I like about it is that the one part that sounds meaningless, which is buffalo, 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 actually means something. And the parts that sound meaningful, the ghosts like distance the dashes and colorless green ideas sleep furiously, actually mean nothing whatsoever. And I just love that kind of irony. Oh, and yes, I am Slytherin. Okay. Pronouns Song. Okay, yes, there were in fact requests for that earlier as well, and okay, we can do that. Give me a moment. I actually I've been wanting to do an expanded version of the Pronouns Song, and I was hoping to debut that today, but it turned out there are a bunch of things that need to appear if you want to do a live stream and make it look halfway decent. So that and rest is nice. So I haven't actually finished that version, so we're just going to go with the original one. I will note that this is, I use he, they, and z in this particular version, but there are many other pronouns out there, and I would be extremely happy if other people covered it with other pronoun combinations as well. Five and Dime, Irish Ballad by actually, I do have that one on hand. Ravenclaw married to Slytherin. Yeah, Ravenclaw is my safety school. My sister claims that I'm in denial and that I actually am a Ravenclaw, which, she's a Hufflepuff, so, what do you expect? Sorry. Anyway. Slow. Right. Okay, pronoun song. And yes, I'll try to slow down. Sorry, I do tend to speak ridiculously quickly, and I should concentrate more on not doing that. So good. Very glad to hear that, Valerie. Okay, so you have a friend named Danny, and his pronouns is he. But for years you've been accustomed to refer to him as she, and you want to get it right, but routine is set in stone. So you practice his new pronouns loud and clear when you're alone. This is my friend, his name is Danny. He himself is a friend of mine. I'm so glad to be a friend of his. Both he and I are fine. So you have a friend named S, and their pronoun is they. And maybe you're not used to thinking of them in that way, and you want to get it right in the flesh and on the phone. So you practice their new pronouns loud and clear when you're alone. This is my friend, their name is S. They themselves are a friend of mine. I'm so glad to be a friend of theirs. Both they and I are fine. You don't want to hurt your friend or imply that they're pretenders, so be sure to use the pronouns that reflect their proper genders. Habits may die hard, but that's not a dispensation. So make some brand new habits, all it takes is acclamation. So you have a friend named Gal, and her pronoun is Z, which might be a fresh addition to your vocabulary. And you want to get it right in New York and in Bayonne. So you practice your new pronouns loud and clear when you're alone. This is herself is a friend of mine. I'm so glad to be a friend of hers. Bosie and I are fine. All you need is practice and you'll get it in the end. And surely that is worth it if you wanna be a friend. So I have a tech question, which is that when I was setting things up, I noticed the scene seemed kind of dark, so I rigged up these lights and everything, and it works, but it's really kind of hot in here. So I'm wondering if I turn them off, will it actually matter? So if you can just let me know. Let's turn this off. And basically, how do I look? Is it still the same as before, or roughly the same, or good enough, or should I turn them back on again? I can manage either. Basically the same. You're great. Okay, cool. We're also going to ignore this. Thank you very much. Good enough. Cool. Thank you. Slightly more red tint. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. Okay. So what else? What did Ally request earlier? Five and Dime or Irish ballad? Actually, I have a different Irish-ish song. Where did I put? Instead of Tom Lehrer, we stole for Alan Sherman. St. Patrick's Day was last week. I am not myself Irish, but I have a Jewish version by Alan Sherman. Alan Sherman was kind of what came before Weird Al, just Jewish, I guess. Not anyway. Yeah. I sell a line of plastics, and I travel on the road, and I have a case of samples, which believe me is a load. Every night a strange cafe, a strange hotel, and then early in the morning I am on the road again. When the season's over and my lonesome journey ends, that's the only time I see my family and my friends. I drive up Ocean Parkway, and before I stop the car, my mom leans out the window and she hollers, "Here we are." Shake hands with your Uncle Max, my boy, and here is your sister Cheryl, and here's your cousin Isabel, that's Irving's oldest girl. And do you remember the Tishman twins, Gerald and Jerome? We all came out to greet you and to wish you welcome home. Meet Merowitz, Ferowitz, Hendelman, Chendelman, Sperber and Gerber and Steiner and Stone, Moskowitz, Lubowitz, Berenson, Kleinman and Feynman and Friedman and Cohn, Smolowitz, Wallowitz, Teitelbaum, Mandelbaum, Levin, Levinsky, Levine and Levi, Grumberger, Schlumberger, Minkus and Pinkus and Stein with an E-I and Stein with a Y. Shake hands with your Uncle Sol, my boy, and here's your brother Sid, and here's your cousin Yetta, who expects another kid. Wherever you're on the road, my boy, wherever you may roam, we'll all be here when you come back to wish you welcome home. How can you social distance with that many people in the house? Yeah, this was from a slightly more innocent time, I guess. Okay, what else we got? Oh, right. There was also a request for Hey Adora. So the thing with Hey Adora, there's one bit which I perpetually mess up, and it'll be interesting seeing whether or not I, in fact, do so this time around, or not. Anyway. Oh, right. So actually, apart from the people who requested it, have people in the chat seen She-Ra and the Princesses of Power on Netflix? I love the clapping hands. Oh, I found the clapping hands. Yes. So She-Ra basically is a reboot of the original 80s She-Ra on Netflix. It's made by Noelle Stevenson, who is the creator of Lumberjanes and Nimona, if that helps any. First season, good. This is, in fact, from the first... This is basically, this has spoilers for the entire first season of She-Ra. Catra and Adora is my favorite relationship in here. Um, Not so much in the romantic ship sense, I don't think. I don't think they're necessarily that good for each other, but anyway, it's very good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. And this is a song that I wrote about it. Hey Adora, what's it like in the rebellion? I'm 1,000 miles away, but that means nothing to a hellion. Get a clue. Bright moon can't shine as bright as you. I swear it's true. Hey Adora, don't you worry about the distance. I'm right here to take you back once you get over your resistance. 'Cause we're friends. Together we'll achieve our ends. Come make amends. Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, my lifelong frenemy. Oh, Adora, can't you see? Oh, it's what you do to me. What you do to me. Hey Adora, well you've always been protected. You're Shadow Weaver's favorite. You're the one that she selected as her pet. Bet you think I'm in your debt. Oh, I just bet. Hey Adora, I got nothing more to say. Maybe once we were a team, but now you've thrown it all away and left the horde. Who cares about your fancy sword? I say I'm bored. Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, my lifelong frenemy. Oh, Adora, can't you see? Oh, it's what you do to me. You'll find it hard to keep you calm when I attend the princess prom, where etiquette demands they let me stay. Where this time I will take the lead, and though you'll try to intercede, your sword is coming back with me today. Adora, I can promise you that by the time that we get through, the world can never ever be the same. And you're to blame. Sorry, and you're to blame. Hey Adora, save your righteous indignation. Though you had me playing sidekick, that was not my aspiration. Just respect. Sorry, just respect. Don't even try to interject. I'm not a weakling to protect. Hey Adora, go get wrecked. You heard correct. Oh, it's what I'll do to you. Now I'm Hordax number 2. The rebellion will be through. Oh, it's what I'll do to you. What I'll do to you. Weed. I don't actually get that reference. Don't do. Click, click. We're all gonna die. Yeah, so that's that. Hope that was okay. What else? Five and Dime is kind of early in the year. Five and Dime, I feel. It's only March. Oh. Okay, we've got. Okay, were there any other requests on the table? We did that one. We did that one. I think all the requests are there, other than the quarantine version of Mighty Major General, which I don't actually have down, so I'm going to not do that. Just in time to hear more songs. Yes. Actually, why not? Well, yes, I'm in the New York metropolitan area. I had no plans of doing this, but it's in the book, so why not? Oh, when you're in front of the mic, you're very quiet. Oh, okay, That's good to know. Although when I'm in front of the mic, I'm kind of fiddling with things, so I guess it's okay. Okay, so this is a song by Cub, which was covered by They Might Be Giants, and it's about all the things that you can't actually do right now in New York, but, well, hey. You called me last night on the telephone, and I was glad to hear from you, 'cause I was all alone. You said it's snowing, God, I hate this weather. Now I'll walk through blizzards just to get us back together. We met in the springtime at a rock and roll show. It was on the Bowery when it was time to go. We kissed on the subway in the middle of the night. I held your hand, you held mine. It was the best night of my life. 'Cause everyone's your friend in New York City. And everything looks beautiful when you're young and pretty. The streets are paved with diamonds and there's just so much to see. But the best thing about New York City is you and me. Statue of Liberty, Staten Island Ferry, Co-op Kitty, Co-op City, Katz's and Tiffany, Central Park, Brooklyn Bridge, the Empire State where Dylan lived, Coney Island and Times Square, Rockefeller Center, wish I was there. You wrote me a letter just the other day, said springtime is coming soon, why don't you come to stay? I packed my stuff, got on the bus, I can't believe it's true. I'm 3 days from New York City and I'm 3 days from you. 'Cause everyone's your friend in New York City, and everything looks beautiful when you're young and pretty. The streets are paved with diamonds and there's just so much to see. But the best thing about New York City is you and me. And Buffalo, New York, yeah. Okay, so I've still got another 20-something minutes. And honestly, no plan. I appreciate you all joining me. This is my first attempt at live streaming. Maybe we'll have a better plan next time. It's basically a matter of we're kind of well isolated at this point, and I felt like it's a good coping mechanism for me and possibly for you as well, something to do. Tell us about your pride flags. Okay, so there are 2 pride flags here. This is a non-binary flag behind me, and there's a genderqueer flag on this side. And I would love to say that these are things I have up all the time, and just yeah. But the fact of the matter is, behind here is a bookcase which is ridiculously messy, and I was trying to sort of camouflage that. And there's also a wall decal back there, which is whatever. But you haven't been to the USA? Yeah. Anyway. But yes, I am non-binary and genderqueer, so these flags reflect my own gender identity. Never seen black pride flag? Yes. So, if I remember correctly, purple is for traditionally trans people. So it's a mixture of pink and blue, essentially. Play any songs. Okay, yeah. White is for agender people. Yellow is for people who are just completely off the masculine feminine spectrum. I think black maybe people who don't have gender. Is that white? I forget the exact thing. They're on Wikipedia. Play any songs. Okay, yes. Also, if you want to be in a music video, the Double Clicks are doing a new version of Cats and Netflix, and they're soliciting video footage for that. If you go in the description, there should be a link. Sorry, if you go in the description, there should be a link to where you can submit your video. The deadline is tomorrow, so work fast. My favorite things. Oh, hey, thanks. Favorite things is great. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I have that. I feel like it's probably in here someplace. that one's not in my normal rotation for whatever reason. Sorry, that one is got Help the U.S.A. Ah, yeah, that's also a good one. Okay, sorry, I really should have organized this better in advance. Tainted Love, Happy New Year. Happy New Year is definitely not stuck the right time right now. Sorry, give me a moment on that one. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm actually kind of surprised I don't have that in here. Maybe it's space. Sorry. Okay, 1 second. I have a backup plan. Tablet, which should have all these songs on it. There's a cat purring at me. Ah, excellent. Okay, while I'm trying to get that going, what do I have here? Oh right, Double Clicks will also have a Kickstarter for their new album, which is going to be a musical about artificial intelligence and gender and cheese and all that good stuff. So you definitely want to check that out. Okay, please tell me I have... Yes, I do. Okay, I haven't played this since I recorded the video, so we'll find... Actually, no, I think I may have done it once. Anyway, can I find out... Can I see this? Sorry. What if... Okay, well, let's try this. No, I'm honestly kind of amazed that I don't have this printed out around here. I should have. Anyway, God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood is actually... It's a masterfully written song. It's just really good jingoistic patriotic crap, essentially, and I like the tune, but it is... I hate the content, so I fixed it, basically. Or try to... Let me try one other thing. If I do this, can I... Okay, that's not... Whoa. Sorry. Okay, one more try at this. If you live beyond the border, in a land that's filled with strife, and you need to find a haven, you're in danger for your life. Don't look to Lady Liberty, the golden door is shut. We only let the white folks in, and you don't make the cut. I'm not proud to be an American, though I'd really like to be. We need to find a place inside for every refugee, so I'll gladly stand up next to you and work for a better day. 'Cause this... D minor. Despite it all, I love this land. God help the USA. From the blankets laced with smallpox to the slaves from overseas, our nation's got a solid core of white supremacy. For the families we rip apart down to the present day, we need to have a reckoning, and it's time we stand and say, I'm not proud to be an American, though I'd really like to be. We carried out a genocide for manifest destiny, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and work for a better day. 'Cause despite it all, I love this land. God help the USA. God help the USA. It's hard to be an American, 'cause it means complicity with a racist, classist, patriarchal kakistocracy. But I'll gladly stand up next to you and work for a better day, 'cause despite it all, I love this land. God help the USA. Cool, Aaron. Well, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I definitely recommend trying to, in advance, try to figure out how it works. I'm using OBS to do the streaming from a laptop into YouTube. If that means anything. If it doesn't mean anything, you can Google it, I guess. Encore. No, I think that was enough on that one. What was the other one? All right, favorite things. Is that in the larger side? Okay, that one actually might be easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's try my favorite things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. So that's how it's done in The Sound of Music. And it's perfectly good, except that these aren't really my favorite things. So I try to be writing it with stuff that I like. And now I'm going to need to pause for a second because I need to scroll to the next page. There we go. So, yeah. Other version. No. Dismiss that. Getting a refund on your income taxes, rats in the subway that run down the tracks, corned beef pastrami and fried onion rings. These are a few of my favorite things. Tercets and sonnets and out of a rima, piping hot slices from Pizza Suprema, hormone replacement and music that swings. These are a few of my favorite things. Calling out bigots and helping resist them, work to dismantle the whole gender system, getting the vote out, promoting vaccines. These are a few of my favorite things. When I can't take what the news brings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Snail mail is great. Yep. Yeah, my grandfather was a postal worker, so I am all about snail mail. So I got about 10 more minutes. Oops. Not that. Okay, you know what? Fine. We'll try 5 and my birthday. Okay. So my birthday is May 10th. You may notice in the Patreon thing over in that corner, I think, my URL is patreon.com/sr510, and the reason for the 510 is that my birthday is in fact May 10th. My grandfather called me the nickel and dime kid when I was born, because nickel and dime 510. Anyway, I want people to know that, so I wrote a song. If no one remembers your birthday, of course that's a terrible shame. But if no one remembers your birthday, you've only yourself to blame. So strike up the band and spread the word. Take on the challenge with strength. People should know of your birthday. People should know of your birthday. And my birthday is May 10th. The world offers lots of distractions. There's day jobs and night schools and debt. If you want folks to honor your birthday, you must make it hard to forget. So take out an ad in the New York Times. Promotion is never a crime. People should know of your birthday, and mine's at the 5 and dime. 'Cause this is not some kind of test for family, friends, and frenemies. If we want cake, we must refresh most everybody's memories. We all deserve one day a year when we are celebrated, because we do exist, because our parents procreated. And if no one remembers your birthday, it's not that they mean to do wrong, but it's hard to keep track of all birthdays unless they've been put in a song. So pick up your uke and write a few lines. If they're not very good, that's okay. People should know of your birthday. My birthday's the 10th of May. Yes, hire a pilot to write in the sky. Don't fear getting carried away. Away. People should know of your birthday. My birthday's the 10th of May. Right. My birthday's the 10th of May. Thank you. I have a double birthday too. You're 5'10", I'm 7'14". Ah, cool. You might consider re-recording that, yeah. Yeah, there is a version already. Actually, there's two versions already on my channel. One live, one studio. Yeah. Thank you. It would have been more impressive if I gotten the chord right the first time around, but hey. Okay, we've got a few more minutes. Any other last-second requests? Theme song. Oh, Something Comes Afterwards, yes. I don't think I have that one in here either, but I think I may have memorized. Very impressive compared to years back. Cool. Okay, you know what? Sure. Let's see if I actually have know this one by heart. I'm not sure I do. The internet's a place you can practice creativity. You can write and share your music if that is your proclivity. But others value insults. They leave their stone unthrown. It makes you wanna turn off your computer and your phone. Sunday comes afterwards. Sunday comes afterwards. Sometimes it seems the internet is filled with awful trolls who pride themselves on bullying a 13-year-old girl. But we'll just keep on singing in spite of the buffoons. We know the lack of decency is worse than auto-tune. Sunday comes afterwards. Sunday comes afterwards. Perhaps it makes you feel good to vent all of your peak, but it doesn't make you clever, and we'll still be here next week. Sunday comes afterwards. Sunday comes afterwards. What was the next line? I've forgotten how the next stanza goes. Well, there's a third stanza, and write some music of your own. Get wonderful, and it isn't hard to try something yet. And if you like my message, then join my battle cry. Sunday comes afterwards. Sunday comes afterwards. Yeah, that's another one I haven't done in quite some time. But any landing you walk away from is a good landing. Okay, anything else? Thanks for a great time this afternoon. Thank you. This would have been reasonably terrible if nobody had shown up, so I'm very glad you're here. Hope it's reasonably entertaining. And actually, let's do one more while we're at it. So this is, the double click has a song Estrogen, and the first time I heard it, I misheard it as Estrogen, and it was pretty much inevitable from that moment onwards that I'd be writing this. So, I like Barbies and rom-coms and dresses, and other things taken as feminine. I'm afraid of misgendering guesses. So doctor, oh please, estrogen, estrogen. Doctor, oh please, estrogen. I splurge on the fancier chocolate. It's dark, which is what I prefer. But when the guy hands the bar over, he says to me, oh thank you, sir. And I'm wearing a skirt over leggings. He shouldn't think this would be awesome. To cope with this, I need some chocolate. And what are the odds? I just bought some. I like Barbies and rom-coms and dresses, and other things taken as feminine. I'm afraid of misgendering guesses. So doctor, oh please, estrogen, estrogen. Doctor, oh please, estrogen. Either my hips are too narrow, or my waist is too wide, I suppose. It throws off my body's proportions, and sure makes it hard to buy clothes. I can't say that it's fair to blame others for the way that my gender is read. There's a carpet of hair on my body, except at the top of my head. I like Barbies and rom-coms and dresses, and other things taken as feminine. I'm afraid of misgendering guesses. So doctor, oh please, estrogen, estrogen. Doctor, oh please, estrogen. It's not just a matter of looks, and I certainly don't mean to bore ya, but hormone replacement can do more for people with gender dysphoria. The outsides are not as important as the way someone feels within, and getting the right hormone levels can help you feel good in your skin. I like Barbies and rom-coms and dresses, and other things taken as feminine. I'm afraid of misgendering guesses. So doctor, oh please, estrogen, estrogen. Doctor, oh please, estrogen. Thank you all. I've been Sunday Comes Afterwards, and it's been a pleasure, and yeah.